Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to talk about how to get free surgery as a trans woman or as a trans person. Well, I'm really speaking on trans woman because I never did the change to female to male. So basically, if you have medical insurance, this is the video for you on how to get free surgery if you're transgender. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've already did a video on this, but a few of y'all were like asking me like, oh, can you do a video on how to get free surgery one-on-one, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this video more in detail and more in depth. So before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. Okay, so tip number one. So you want to get surgery, correct? So basically for me, what I did, the first thing that I did, I got my boobs done, and then after I got my boobs done, I got my face done. But I feel like if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably get my face done first and then got my boobs done. But as far as taking the face surgery and everything like that, I don't know why I did it that way, where I got my boobs done first and then my face done. But I mean, so for my breast consultation, what I did, I was seeing my therapist, and this is in the state of California too. So I don't know how the medical insurance thing work in other states, but because like being trans youth and everything, I don't know. I feel like here in California, you just have to get a referral for it, and if you get approved, then then it's that. But in other states, I don't know. Like I heard it's a tiny bit different, but I'm not sure. Just do your research on that. So if you're in California, I feel like, so my medical insurance was Kaiser, but I know other people that had like other things like Medicare, Medi-Cal, I think it was like Medi-Cal. Other one was like Blue something. That's like another insurance thing. So I know other girls have different medical insurance and they still get their stuff covered. So for my breast augmentation, what I did, I talked to my therapist. So there's like a psych person that's in the hospital that you go talk to about it. So you basically tell her like, hey, like I want to get my breasts done. I just feel like psychologically it's messing me up. Like it's mentally messing with me. Like I need to get my boobs done, especially if you're already diagnosed with gender dysphoria or whatever. So, after you talk to your psych therapist person, he or she will go ahead and write the referral or whatever, and then send it off to the medical person. And so after that, probably within like a week or two, you'll get a phone call from like a bigger department that specializes in transgender healthcare and stuff like that. They're gonna talk to you, and then they're gonna be like, okay, so they're gonna ask you a few questions on why you want it, and just to see if you're mentally like there in the mind frame. And so you just let them know like, hey, I just feel like my boobs don't, they're not proportionate to my body. Like what I said was like my breasts are really small. I'm a tall woman, and I just feel like it's just not proportionate to my body. Also too, I am trans, so I feel like having a normal size breast size on me that's proportionate to my body will make me a lot happier. I'm very insecure, very just like every day I stuff my bra too. That was like what I said too. I said I stuff my bra every single day. Like it's just getting to the point where it's just like I've been, for a whole year I've been stuffing my bra, so I just think it's time for breast implants. So they are totally understanding. They were like, okay, and that was the thing too. Like I think you have to be on hormones too for like a year. You have to be on hormones for at least a year in order to get your boobs done. So I think I was on hormones for like 2 years for a year and a half to 2 years. And so, cause they want your boobs to develop, stuff like that. So after that, I went ahead and they called me. They wanted me to do blood work just to see like where my levels were, stuff like that. So then after that, and then They scheduled me a date to meet with the plastic surgeon, and then I got to pick out breast implants, breast size, breast implants. Um, I wanted the gummy bear implants, but because you had to be 22, and at that time I was 21, and you had to be 22 in the state of California to get silicone. So I was like, dang. So I went ahead and went with saline, and so I really like I like my boobs. So yeah. So what was I gonna say? So after that, so then after you pick out your cup size or whatever, then the surgeon will go over stuff. So then after that, that's how, he'll schedule your surgery date. And then after that, I think you have to be off of your hormones for like a couple weeks, I think. And then just so that way, like, you don't, so blood clots, there won't be any risk for blood clots. Yeah, so then after that, I think it was like a month. It was either like 2 weeks to a month. You can't be on your hormone. You cannot take any hormone shots or pills or whatever. Yeah, so then you get your boobs done, and then you gotta wait another couple weeks after once you get your boobs done. And then yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. And then once you start walking around again, then you can go get your start taking your hormones again. So I wasn't gonna say, so yeah, after that, so now the boob part, now you're getting your face done. So like doing like a trachea shave or your face done. So I know that's like a two-part. So like with your trachea shave, you can go ahead and do that separately and then do your face done again. But my thing is, if I were y'all, just get it done in one sweep. So they do FFS, and they also do a trachea shave at the same time. And that's what I asked for, and that's what I did. I think the surgery was like 8 hours. Yeah, it was crazy, but hey, I'm willing to go through a little bit of I'm willing to go through some pain in a short amount of time to have a lifelong longness of happiness, and that's what I did. Um, so basically how you get the FFS consultation is you basically go to your surgeon, or you go to your psych therapist person. You tell him or her like, hey, I want to get my face done. I'm very self-conscious. I feel like my jawbone, like every time I look in the mirror, my jaw is like protruding out. I need to get my face done. And then I have a big old Adam's apple too. So like I really want to get that done too. So then like I'm gonna just say she gonna go ahead, write the referral, and then send it off. So within 1 to 2 weeks, then the transgender healthcare place like in Oakland, they called me and was like, hey, like we got your referral for like your FFS. Did you want to they'll ask you a few questions on why you want it, and they're going to see if you're mentally stable enough to get the surgery. And I remember there was 2 appointments. One was like the questions, and then the other one was like the blood work or whatever, so they can see like if you're ready to get the surgery. So there's 2 phone calls that you have to wait for. So I basically went ahead, I told a lady, I was like, look, my jawbone is just protruding out. I get misgendered. Also too, my Adam's apple is protruding out, and I'm always have my hair down. I can never put it up in a ponytail, because if I have it up in a ponytail, then they can see my Adam's apple from the side protruding out. I was just letting them know, like, I just honestly, like, I feel like I still look the same, even though, like, to some people I may look a little different, but because I kind of know the changes, and I kind of know what I used to look like and stuff, it's really messing with me. And I feel like if I get this FFS, I'm gonna be happy, like really like happy. And so I told her that, and then she approved my FFS. And then after that, I think like a week later, I went ahead, I had to talk to another person about like getting blood work and stuff like that done. um so I went ahead, did that, and then after that, then once I got approved, there was an appointment in Richmond. I went ahead and met with the surgeon, Dr. Shi. He was really good. I talked to him. He told me what he can do for me. So he said, we'll do a trachea shave. We're going to do your jawbone, and then we're going to do your forehead shaving, and then give you a brow lift. And that was pretty much it. That's what we agreed on. Yeah, so we agreed on that. But also too, there was two two surgeons that was going to be working on me. So, and then the other one was Dr. Kleinberger, and Dr. Kleinberger actually did Gigi Gorgeous' face. And how I know that is because in her documentary, Dr. Kleinberger was in her documentary when she was getting her FFS. So that's how I knew he did Gigi Gorgeous' face. And then when I met Dr. Kleinberger, I was like, oh my God, like, I didn't know you did Gigi Gorgeous' face. And then he literally was like, oh yeah, he. And like, he couldn't really talk about it because, you know, HIPAA, like, it's like the law, you can't really talk about other patients and stuff that you worked on. So yeah, I met with Dr. She, and then I made another appointment to talk to Dr. Kleinberger because he's really, really good. And Dr. She too. And so they talked about me, they agreed with what, you know, I was gonna do. So after that, then I made the appointment. Boom, I showed up for the appointment, got off my hormones for like I think a month, and then I went ahead and got my FFS. After that, boom, got my FFS. I was in so much pain. Oh my God, it was the worst pain in my life. I feel like out of all three, I feel like the electrolysis when you get SRS, which I'm going to talk about in a second, is the worst thing ever. And then also getting your face done, like the aftermath, like the pain was so bad. Like I was so sensitive to noise, like a pin tapping, it just hurt. Like also too, like people talking hurt. I had a splitting headache. Like it was so bad. I couldn't even sleep in the hospital. And then like the meds that they gave me was just throwing up. Like as soon as like they would give it to me, I would just throw it up. And I remember telling them like, if I take this, I'm gonna throw it back up. Like, and then they were like, well, you still have to take it. So yeah, it was the worst thing too. Like throwing up too. I was throwing up so much that my stomach just started hurting too because it was just constant. I was just throwing it up. So it was crazy. But I got my face done, got my mug fixed. So you know, yeah. So then after that, and then I went ahead. So the next step too, like after you get that, then you get your SRS surgery. So that one, I went ahead, talked to my therapist. She, at this point, I mean, out of the year seeing me, she's like, all right, sis, like, yeah, I think you're ready for SRS. So you want to go ahead, your therapist will go ahead and put in the referral. Then like a week to two later, they'll call you and be like, hey, so we got your report for SRS. So they're going to actually ask you questions like, why do you want it? Are you know, because a lot of trans women, a lot of them don't get the SRS surgery. So for me, I was like, look, I'm a woman. I've already got my boobs and my face done. I just think it's time to get that last surgery. You know, I want, you know, to complete my transition. So, they understood. They're like, okay. And I said, because it took me 5 years to get that. So, I said, I've been living as a woman full time for 5 years. It's just, I'm happy with who I am. And I think if, actually, I know once I get that surgery, I'll be happy and complete and feel complete. And so they were like, okay, so boom, so I passed the eval or whatever. So then also, so the next appointment, you go meet with the surgeon or whatever. You have to meet in person. So I don't know how things are now because of COVID, but back then pre-COVID days, so I drove down to San Francisco, I think it was. And then so I met with a physician there. He was telling me, so I met with two physicians. One guy was like, do you have any questions about, he was just telling me kind of what to expect, dilating, having sex, you know, what my vagina like looks like, you know, and then also they gotta look at it to see if you have enough skin down there anyways to even like get the surgery and stuff like that. So that was another one. And then like what else? So after that, I answered all my questions. He reaffirmed me everything. So after that, boom, the next lady came into the room. She had the dilators and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do a video on that. She had the different dilators, and she was gonna go ahead and tell me like which each one does, yada yada yada. And you tell me kind of like what to do, what to expect with the dilators, what to do with them, stuff like that. So that was it. And then after that, there was like another appointment. I think the next week I ended up meeting up with my surgeon. He did my breast, and then he also does bottom surgery. So I met with him, and he told me, he looked at my stuff, and then he said, okay, this is what we can do, you know, stuff like that. So boom, met with the surgeon the next following week, and then he scheduled my SRS. So I had to schedule it out like a year a year in advance, because you have to get electrolysis, and that is the worst. I feel like it's the worst part of when you're trying to get your SRS, is getting electrolysis. Oh my God, it's the worst pain in the world. Like, electrolysis, basically, it's like an electrical needle, and they put it in one of the hair follicles in your pubic hair, and then they zap it and then pluck individual hair. And it's on your genitalia too, like on where your testicles are, and then on your peen and everything. It is the worst thing in the world. And they give you like numbing cream and stuff like that to put down there. But I mean, the numbing cream only helps so much. Like, it is the worst thing ever. And like, especially like, your genitalia is really sensitive. So like, when you have electrical shocks down there with the needle in the hair follicle to zap it to permanently get, to have the hair removed. And the reason why your hair has to be removed and stuff, because when they do, like, when they start to, when you get your vagina and stuff like that, there's gonna be a lot of folding and stuff like that. And so if you don't get the electrolysis, they're not gonna do the surgery on you. And if they were to do the surgery on you with still all the hair there, you're basically gonna have hair growing inside of your vagina and stuff like that. And that's what can cause an infection and everything, and cysts and abscess and all that, ingrown hairs and all that. So that's why you got to get all that down there. Um, Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's been my journey. Oh yeah, so then after a year later, so the surgeon will look down there to see if you have hair gone, and then after that, boom, like, once it's approved, then he'll schedule your date for surgery, and then boom. And getting the surgery is actually really easy. Like, they knock you out, you wake up, and you have a vagina. It's really easy, but then you're in there for 7 days, and then the pain, and it's a lot. But it took me like 3 months to like really start walking and stuff. It was crazy. So definitely, these are like my tips and tricks on how to get free surgery as a trans woman, stuff like that. But I mean, you still do have to pay a copay when it comes to surgeries and stuff like that. And everyone's copay is different depending on the type of medical insurance that you got and the plan that you have and everything like that. So just know, like, it's like getting surgery. Like, if you broke your arm and you're getting surgery, stuff like that, there still is a copay and everything like that. So depending on what your copay is, that's what you pay, and stuff like that. So I hope you guys love this video. Definitely, I hope that like cleared everything up in depth and everything. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.